Hello friends, welcome to Success Samrat classes. Today we are going to discuss the duties and the powers of the President of India. Now, the image that I'm sharing with you on the slide is of our former president, uh, late Sri Neelam Sanjeevan Reddy. He was first unopposed president of India. First unopposed president of India. Now, as we all know, the President of India is a nominal head, not the executive head. Therefore, the executive power, the term executive power actually refers to the power exercised by the Council of Ministers. It means that the Council of Ministers use their power or indirectly use President to execute their powers. Now, overall it means that the council, which is headed by the Prime Minister of India, he, on the name of president, indirectly uses the powers. Why so? Because the president is not the real head of the country. He is a nominal head of the India. Now, Article 77. What does Article 77 states? Article states that the president can make rules specifying the manner in which the orders and other instruments made and executed in his name shall be authenticated. डायरेक्टली ये कहा गया है कि प्रेसिडेंट के जो भी रूल पार्लियामेंट बनाएगी प्रेसिडेंट उसको सपोर्ट करेगा. नाउ he can make rules for more convenient transaction of business of the union government and for allocation among the ministers for the said business. So article 77 ये कहता है कि on the name of president rules will be made by the parliament which are executed indirectly by the parliament for or to make the business easier. Now, Article 78. Article 78 ये कहता है कि प्रेसिडेंट जो है वो कंट्री के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के बारे में कभी भी कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन ले सकता है. So, the president can seek any information relating to the administration of the affairs of the union and proposals for the legislation from the Prime Minister of India. He can even ask the Prime Minister to submit the consideration of Council of Ministers any matter on which a decision has been taken by the minister but was not considered by the council. So Article 78 states that the President of India can seek any information regarding the administration of India. And if he wants, or if he feels, if he likes, if he feels like, he can ask the Prime Minister to submit the consideration of the Council of Ministers. मतलब प्रेसिडेंट बिना प्राइम मिनिस्टर को पूरी बहुमत के साथ किसी भी बिल को लाने के लिए कह सकता है. On the contrary, even if a single member of the council has got the bill passed, then also he may ask the Prime Minister to get the consideration of the council. This is stated in Article 78. Now, third is the administration of the union territories. In terms of executive power, the President of India directly controls the union territories. They are under the control of the President of India. He may declare any area as a scheduled area, and he can control, or he has the powers with respect to administration of the scheduled areas and scheduled tribal areas. So President, as per the powers granted by the Constitution of India, can declare any area to be a scheduled area. And he can control or he can administer the administration of that scheduled area. Now, there are certain officers who are appointed by the president and they hold the office on his pleasure. So these are, first of all, the Prime Minister of India and the other union ministers who are appointed on the advice of the Prime Minister of India. Second, Attorney General. The remuneration of Attorney General is also decided by the President of India, the Governor of the 28 states, the Chief Commissioners of the Union Territories. So these are the officers who are appointed by the President and President of India, and they hold the office in his pleasure. Now, there are certain officers who are appointed by the President but do not hold office on his pleasure. These are Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners, the chairman and the members of the UPSC, that is Union Public Service Commission, judges of the Supreme Court and high courts. So they are appointed by the president, but president cannot remove them on his will or on his view, in his view. So now there are certain bodies who are appointed by the president, which are appointed by the president. These bodies are Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe, and OBC, other backward classes commission, the Interstate Council, the Commission to Investigate Interference with Water Supplies, the Finance Commission of India, official commissions, Commission on Scheduled Areas, special officers for linguistic minorities, and the head of the Army or India Defense. It is that include Army, Air Force, and Navy. On the whole, the president is the chairman of the National Security Committee. Now, what are the rule-making powers of the president? So, Constitution has provided certain powers, certain rule-making powers to the president, such as the paying into or withdrawal of money from the public accounts of India. We cannot withdraw the money or deposit the money in the public accounts without the prior permission of the President of India. Second is the most important, how his orders and instrument shall be authenticated. Third, the members of the Union Public Service Commission, including their tenure and conditions of the service, is decided by the President of India, specifying matters on which it shall not be necessary for the Government of India to consult the UPSC. Next, the recruitment and conditions of service of persons serving the union and secretarial staff. Prohibition of the simultaneous membership of the parliament and the legislature of the state. It means a person at the same time cannot be the member of state legislature even and the member of parliament. He has to vacate his one of the seats. Procedure of relating the joint sittings. Joint sittings come under Article 108. In the joint sittings take place by the president calls for the joint sitting when there is a deadlock between the two houses on an ordinary bill. The joint sitting is always joint sitting is always arranged in removal a deadlock on an ordinary bill. Next, how or the manner in which the orders of Supreme Court will be enforced. The next, the allocation of emoluments of the governors of the state. For example, if a single governor is appointed, a single person is appointed as a governor of the two states, so there his salary will be decided by the President of India. And specifying the list of SC and STs, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So president can make various rules regarding withdrawal of money and deposit of money in public accounts, regarding rule as in scheduled caste and scheduled tribals, regarding the salary of governors, regarding union public service commission, and how his orders will be executed. President can make rules. This is the rule making power of the president. Now, one of the most important powers of the president, that is the legislative power with respect to bills. Here the image of the president of India, former president of India, Yani Jail Singh. So basically, what does the legislative powers mean? Legislative powers mean having powers to make laws. So a bill has to be passed by President of India. There is a procedure to get a bill passed. So the President of India can take one of the steps, one of the following three steps. First, declare his assent to the bill. कोई बिल आया और उसको तुरंत पास कर दिया. Second, declare that he withholds the bill or withholds his assent to the bill. आप एक बिल लेके आए, उन्होंने अपने पास उस समय के लिए उसको रोक लिया. And third, he will return the bill. The bill is returned to the House for the reconsideration. If the bill is passed by the Parliament with or without amendment and against presented to the President, he has to give his assent. There are three conditions regarding the bills. First is assent to the bill. If a bill is brought to the President of India, he directly gives assent to the bill. Bill is passed. Second, the assent to the bill is held by the President for a certain period of time. Third, the bill is returned to the Parliament for the reconsideration, and if Parliament passes the bill with or without the reconsideration, with the reconsideration or making an amendment, now the President of India is bound to sign the bill or to give his assent. Now there is a term called money bill. Money bill comes under Article 110. Money bill cannot be returned to the Parliament or to the House for the reconsideration, because it is brought, the money bill is brought on the prior recommendation of the President of India. So under Article 111, President, or we can say the Constitution does not prescribe time limit for the President to declare his assent or withdrawal or refuse or return the bill. In Article 111, it is said that President, if he wants to return the bill, he shall do it as soon as possible. So in 110 article, we discuss money bill. Money bill is not returned for the reconsideration to Parliament. It is because money bill is brought on the prior recommendation of the President of India. So the Constitution of India does not prescribe any time limit to the President. Article 111 says that the Constitution does not prescribe any time limit to the President of India in which he has to declare his assent to the bill or return it to the Parliament. On the contrary, the President of US has to return the bill in 10 days. So Article 111 says that if the President wants to return a bill, he return it or he shall do it as soon as possible. So now there is a term called concurrent list. There are three types of list: state list, union list, and concurrent list. State list defines what are the duties or functions are to be performed by a state. Central list, vice versa, the duties are performed in which fields regarding will controlled by the state. Sorry, not the state, but central government. Concurrent list are those duties for which laws can be made by either central government or the state government or both. So President can extend the powers of state government to perform certain duties as listed in the concurrent list. So as regard to the concurrent list, if the President is adamant in limiting the scope of central legislation, he can do it by giving assent to the state legislation in spite of an existing parliamentary legislation on that subject. It means if president wants and he feels that a state can perform better in a particular duty listed in the concurrent list, so he can give the state the powers to perform the duty in spite of laws made by on that particular duty by the central government or by the Parliament of India. There are certain bills. There are certain bills where governor can reserve the bill, or where governor can reserve a state bill for the consideration of the president. In such cases, the president has absolute veto power. That is, he can withhold assent to the bill. For example, if a governor thinks that this bill has to be postponed, or this bill has to be stopped, or it has to be returned, or it may lead to any dispute. So, so in these cases, president has the absolute veto power to withhold that he's not going to give his assent. Now, there are certain bills which required the prior recommendation of the President of India, as I have told you in case of Money Bill, Article 110. Now, first is Article 3, that is a bill for formation of a new states or alteration of boundaries of a state has, it is mandatory to get the recommendation, the prior recommendation of the President of India. अगर हम किसी भी स्टेट की बाउंड्री चेंज करते हैं या एक नया स्टेट कार्व आउट करते हैं अंडर आर्टिकल 3, so we need the prior recommendation of the President of India. Article 117 includes that money bill. Money bill cannot be returned to the parliament for the reconsideration because it is introduced on the prior recommendation of the President of India. Okay. If we have to, there are three types of funds, basically contingency fund, public accounts, and consolidated of India fund. So if we have to withdraw money, there is a procedure of withdrawal of money. So if we have to withdraw the money from the consolidated fund of India, then also we need a prior recommendation of the President of India. Now, if a state has passed a bill that is interfering or that is hampering the interstate business, so President so if this bill has to be passed by the government of a particular state, then the state has to get the prior recommendation of the president. So now the bills affecting international trades, these bill also require the prior recommendation of the President of India. So if we go by the gist, the bills that require the prior recommendation of the President of India, the first is Article 3, that if we alter the boundaries or we create or carve out a new state from our existing state, we need a prior recommendation of the President of India. Under Article 117, Clause 1, money bill cannot be returned to the Parliament for the reconsideration as it is introduced by the President of India on his prior recommendation. Okay, if money has to be withdrawn from the Consolidated Fund of India under Article 117, Subclause 3, if the money has to be withdrawn from the Consolidated Fund of India, there has to be a prior recommendation of the President for the withdrawal of the money. And under Article 304, if a state bills imposing restriction upon a free trade, then it also requires the prior recommendation of the President of India. Now, legislative powers with respect to the Parliament of India. Under Article 85, President had the power to summon, that is, means order to be present, to prorogue, that is, to discontinue the session of a parliament without dissolving it, and to dissolve, it is close down or stop for a particular period. So the president has the power to summon, to prorogue the parliament, and he can dissolve the lower house, that is Lok Sabha. Under Article 85, it has been stated that the president can summon, can prorogue the parliament, and he can even dissolve the Lok Sabha. President can call for a joint sitting in the case of deadlock between the two houses. So this joint sitting is called under Article 108. The joint sitting is called because there is a deadlock on an ordinary bill. To resolve the deadlock or to eliminate the deadlock, president calls for a joint sitting. Now, president addresses the joint sitting when? First, when the newly appointed or newly elected Lok Sabha President of India addresses a joint sitting, and when a new session starts, a new financial year starts, or budget session is passed, then a budget session is started, then president addresses a joint sitting. So there are two conditions. First condition is that the president can summon, under Article 85, president can summon, can prorogue or dissolve the Lok Sabha, and under Article 108, president can uh, call for a joint sittings in the case of deadlock between the two houses in a case of ordinary bill. Now, nomination of members to both the houses. President can nominate members to both the houses from distinct fields. He nominates 12 members in the Lok Sabha, and 2 members to the he nominates 12 members to Rajya Sabha and 2 members to the Lok Sabha. So the 12 members which are nominated by the president in the Lok Sabha, these are the persons who are experts of their field. They may be from science, literature, arts, social service. Now even sports is also included. In the Lok Sabha, it is House of People. President nominate 2 members from Anglo-Indian community. And why this members from this community are nominated? So that they can also represent and participate in the political system of the India. So the president decides to the disqualifications of the MPs. For this, he consults the election commissioner. कोई भी मेंबर हो, अगर वो किसी माल फंक्शन या किसी भी गलत तरीके से इलेक्ट होके आता है, तो उसकी अपॉइंटमेंट क्वालिफिकेशन या उसकी विनिंग पे वो डिस्कस कर सकते हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन के साथ. President also layouts important reports and statements before the parliament, such as reports of Comptroller and Auditor General of India, reports of UPSC, the Finance Commission, special officers for SC/STs, linguistic minorities, Commission on backward classes, and annual financial statement. ये सब प्रेसिडेंट जो होते हैं ये लोकसभा या पार्लियामेंट में प्रेजेंट करते हैं. This was today. Now we will go by a briefing on the powers of president. Executive powers वो होती हैं जो पार्लियामेंट इनडायरेक्टली ऑन द नेम बाय द इनडायरेक्टली परफॉर्म करता है ऑन द नेम ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट और बाय द नेम ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. इसमें एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन होता है, अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ ऑफिसर्स होता है और प्रेसिडेंट के पास सर्टेन रूल मेकिंग पावर्स होती हैं. अब क्या कर सकते हैं? प्रेसिडेंट किसी ट्रांजैक्शन को ट्रांजैक्शन डज नॉट मीन अबाउट मनी, इट मीन्स दैट कोई भी प्रॉपर एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ किसी फंक्शन का प्रॉपर एग्जीक्यूशन को इजी बनाने में हेल्प कर सकते हैं। प्रेसिडेंट किसी भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में किसी भी तरीके की इंफॉर्मेशन प्राइम मिनिस्टर से मांग सकते हैं। वो सर्टेन ऑफिसर्स हो गए, जैसे कि अटॉर्नी जनरल हो गया, प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो गए, गवर्नर्स ऑफ स्टेट्स हो गए, चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर और यूटीज हो गए, ये अपॉइंट करते हैं। इवन चेयरमैन ऑफ यूपीएससी, सीएजी, चीफ इलेक्शन कमीशन, members are appointed by certain committees who are appointed by the president. Now रूल मेकिंग पावर्स हैं, जो उनके रूल बनाए हैं वो कैसे फंक्शंस करेंगे, प्रेसिडेंट इसके बारे में जान सकते हैं और रूल बना सकते हैं। विड्रॉल ऑफ मनी एंड डिपॉजिटिंग ऑफ मनी इन पेमेंट अकाउंट्स या पब्लिक अकाउंट्स, कितने मेंबर्स होंगे यूपीएससी में, कैसे अपॉइंट करना है, ये वो डिसाइड कर सकते हैं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जजमेंट को कैसे इन्फोर्स करना है उसके बारे में जान सकते हैं। अगर एक ही बंदा 2 स्टेट्स के गवर्नर्स हैं, तो गवर्नर है उसको उसकी रेम्यूनरेशन, उसकी सैलरी पर डिसाइड कर सकते हैं। ये उनके एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर्स हो गए। अब आती है बात उनकी लेजिस्लेटिव पावर्स पे। बिल को, किस बिल को एसेंट देना है, किसको होल्ड करना है और किसको रिटर्न करना है, किसी प्रेसिडेंट के हाथ में होता है। मनी बिल वो रिटर्न नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वो उनकी कंसिडरेशन पे आता है। आर्टिकल 111 में ये बताया गया कि प्रेसिडेंट को जल्दी से जल्दी बिल को रिटर्न करना है। उसमें टाइम फ्रेम नहीं दिया गया, जैसे कि अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट पे दिया गया, उसको 10 दिन में वापस करना होता है। 3 लिस्ट होती हैं इसमें, ड्यूटीज परफॉर्म करनी होती है हर स्टेट को, सेंट्रल को, और सेंट्रल 3 लिस्ट होती है, स्टेट लिस्ट, कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट और स्टेट लिस्ट, कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट एंड सेंट्रल लिस्ट। The central list that rules and regulations or certain duties which are made to be by central government. स्टेट लिस्ट होगी, यहाँ पे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन बनाएगी इस पर्टिकुलर ड्यूटीज के लिए स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। उसी तरीके से कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट होती है जहाँ पे स्टेट और यूनियन दोनों मिलकर रूल्स बना सकते हैं। इफ प्रेसिडेंट फाइंड्स that the rules made by state are far more better than the central government, he allows the state government to proceed further. Now, there are certain rules or certain bills, or if are there are certain uh, or certain things you required the prior recommendation of the president, such as formation of new state in the case of money bill, expenditure from the consolidated fund of India, taxations, interest, international trade, freedom of trade. We need the prior recommendation of the president of India. Now, legislative powers becomes first 85 में, article 85 में क्या होता है, he can bring he can summon, prorogue or dissolve the parliament. Yeah, under article 108 he calls for a joint session. Joint session क्यों होता है, अगर किसी ordinary bill में डेडलॉक आ गया है दोनों हाउसेस के बीच में, उस डेडलॉक को रिमूव करने के लिए। उसके बाद ही एड्रेस द जॉइंट सीटिंग ऑफ बोथ द हाउसेस वंस। फर्स्ट कब करते हैं, जब वो न्यूली इलेक्टेड लोकसभा आती है, दूसरा नेक्स्ट ईयर जब बजट पेश, तब बजट प्रोसेस में होता है या बजट इज ब्रॉन टू द लोकसभा। or we can say the commencement of first session of each year. He nominates members to both the houses, 12 members to the Rajya Sabha and 2 members to the Lok Sabha. Now, here this image is of our first unopposed President of India, Dr. Neelam Sanjeevan Reddy. Then he is Yani Jail Singh. Then he is Dr. R. Venkataraman, Dr. Shankar Dayal, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. So this was today about the duties and powers of the President of India. Thank you.